Hi everyone, my name is Rachel and welcome to the French Scenes. Thanks very much for joining me again for another video. This is a FridaySews video, which clearly isn't going to come out on a Friday, but I do still love the format. So a huge thank you to Jen from Today and Jen Sewing Room for that. So hopefully you'll forgive me for whenever this video does come out to you. So I hope you're all well. I hope you have all had a lovely week. If you are new to my channel, then you're very, very welcome. And if you're a regular viewer or subscriber, then welcome back. So I've had a really fun week. I had a few days off work, which was lovely. I took the boys to the zoo. I took the boys to the cinema. We went to go and see the new Minions movie, which was actually pretty good fun. Older French seams taught us how to make loom bands. So I'm sporting these today, which are really, really good fun. And the two boys love making them. I love them doing anything creative and crafty. I just love it. I also had a really, really cheeky day out with the lovely Anna. So she's Missy Moiselle over on Instagram. You might know her as one of the organisers of Dublin Frocktails. So we had a day out planned, also with Anne-Marie from the Crafty Studio, who sadly couldn't make it, but next time, Anne-Marie. It was a really great day. We got our makeup done, we went for lunch in the Ivy, and then we did a little bit of vintage shopping, which I had never done before, but Anna is a complete pro, so I'd asked her to take me along with her. So I bought a few little bits and pieces. So she had mentioned about kind of getting scarves, and that was something I was really interested in because I've made the Grain Line Archer shirt a number of years ago, about 6 or 7 years ago. And one of the variations on the Archer shirt is to have a kind of panel at the back, a kind of gathered sheer panel, which I think looks really, really nice, almost like a kind of tail at the back. I think it looks lovely. So I got these as a kind of a view to do something like that. What I also would like to try is to make just a regular sweatshirt out of jersey, but then have kind of sheer sleeves. That's also something that I've kind of wanted to play around with. So I'll show you what I got. This one is just, I think it's a poly, I think it's actually from C&A, but I just thought the print was really, really pretty with these lovely pansies. So I thought that was very, very cute, and there's a good amount in that. The next one I got, I think this one is actually silk. And of course a little bit of animal print, which is very on trend at the minute. I just think this is beautiful. Not a huge amount in that one, but I think you could do something clever. And then this one, I just thought it was very pretty. Again, I think this is just a poly, but I just love the print. I think it's really nice, that kind of silvery. So these have all been washed, they're ready to go, and I'm just waiting for inspiration to strike me on this. I think this as a kind of a shirt tail with a little black shirt, I think would look really, really nice. So the other thing I got was a little bit of jewellery, and I love brooches. I wear them all the time on coats and everything, and I just saw this little guy and I just fell in love with him. I thought he was super cute. It's a little teeny weeny turtle and he's got little emeralds on it. I think he is so sweet. He's got the cutest little face, so I couldn't leave him be. So that's my little haul from a little bit of shopping. So it was just such a lovely, lovely day. I'll pop in a picture of us here. It was just really fun to spend some time with her and to just be poshing around Dublin city centre on a random weekday. It was such a luxury. It was really, really nice. I sat in a coffee shop and had a little cuppa, watched the world go by. It was just fabulous. And I was back in time for the creche pickup, which is wonderful. So thank you very, very much, Anna and Anne-Marie. We will catch you again the next time. So what else did I get up to this week? So you hopefully might have seen on my channel as well, I think it was Wednesday, I released a very exciting collaboration with the very lovely Karen Marie. So she's made by Karen Marie here on YouTube. I'll link everything below. We have now started a really, really fun, non-competitive, non-prize, anything like that challenge, and it's called #SewJeans with us. So I'll link that video below. It was basically the introductory video where myself and Karen Marie, apologies, are going to be making jeans, and we've decided on the Ash jeans by Megan Nielsen. So it was a little introductory video about that, about the pattern, about our reasons for sewing jeans, and it's going to be really, really good fun. And already people have put up on their stories and things and messaged me that they want to join in with us as well, which is wonderful, which is the whole reason we did the vlog. It's to kind of get everybody on board, everybody who's kind of thought, oh, I think I will make jeans, but when will I do it? To get everybody together and say, right, we can do this all together. So it's #SewJeans with us. It launched this week, but it runs, I think we're going to be revealing ours probably sometime the end of September, but there's absolutely no time limit on this, no reveal date, no prizes. It's just basically the satisfaction of doing it for yourself and a lovely pair of jeans at the end, fingers crossed. Apologies if you can hear my two boys downstairs. God only knows what they're doing. So that was the vlog that came out this week, and that was really, really fun to do and really, really great now to be involved in this challenge with the lovely Karen Marie. So what else did I get up to? I did a little bit of sewing. So I'll show you my quilting first of all, as I always start with that. So this is my quilt and it has now been quilted. So I showed this last week and I showed you that I was going to quilt it. So I've now done squiggly wigglies all the way down with the variegated thread, which didn't actually end up being very variegated. So it all kind of looks a little bit the same colour. You have to look very, very closely to see the change in colour. It took me a while to get this working properly. I had to turn the tension up to about 8 on my machine, and then I turned all the distance and everything on these to make them kind of look correct. And also the tension was quite important because the orange thread was coming through on the back, but I wanted that just to be navy because I just had navy in my bobbin. But eventually, after much playing around, if I can even show you, how can I do this? There we go. So you can't really see much on the back, it's just the navy squiggles, which worked out quite well. So the weight of this and the fluff. So this is all quilted, ready to go. And now my next step is to just bind it. So, and I'm going to be binding it with, oh, and I've lost them. Here they are, sorry, 2 seconds. I don't know why they're on the floor. I'm going to be putting this gorgeous little rickrack into the binding. Now I can't quite decide which colour binding to use. I think I'm leaning towards navy. So I'm going to do navy binding on the edges and then have this kind of poking up. Let's see, can I recreate it for you? This kind of poking up in the binding like this, I think would look very, very nice. I also have a little bit of the yellow left over, but I think that could be too stark next to the mustard. So I think I'm leaning towards the navy. There is no way I'm going to do binding out of this orange jacquard fabric. You must be joking. No, life is tricky enough as it is. So that's my next step. So I just need to bind it, so trim it down, sorry, and then bind it, and hopefully I'll get that done at my quilting bee on Monday. But I'm loving the way it looks. I like the kind of squiggles, I think it's really pretty. And so yeah, that could be another quilt under my belt. The intermediate patchwork class, so it's the beginner version of the one that I did early in the year, that's going to be starting again in September. So I'm thinking of starting that. So I'm hoping to get a place on that class now starting in September. So fingers crossed. I've heard it's like getting Bruce Springsteen tickets to get onto that class, but hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll get onto it, and that'll run then for 10 weeks from September. And then there is a specific quilt that you do in that course, and I can't for the life remember what it is, but I'll take you along for that journey anyway. So that was my little quilting adventure this week. What else did I get sewn up? You might be able to tell what I got sewn up this week. So this is my latest Fleur dress, and it is not my last. I absolutely love this pattern, and I think everybody who has made it loves it as well, because people have started making multiples I've seen. So this is the dress version, and I also did the sleeved version. So I'll pop in a picture here. But basically, so it's a full length version here. It's got beautiful pockets. I did the lovely sleeves. So I made a straight size 10, straight out of the pack, size 10, but my measurements put me in a size 12 grade into a 14, but this is quite oversized, so I sized down to a size 10, which now fits absolutely perfectly. I did the sleeves. I'm not usually one for statement sleeves like this, but I was really curious about them and I love them. There's not too much poofiness here. I love the gathering into the little cuff. Again, this is quite a good length. I think it's quite a nice kind of not kind of short, not long kind of length. The only two differences I made were that I bound the neckline in Specky Seamstress binding because it's perfect for the binding instead of using self fabric. And then the only other difference I made was to add waist ties, just to pull it in ever so slightly. So I just basically took the tie pattern piece and just made it twice as long, made 2 of them, sewed them into the side seams, and it gives a little tiny bit of waist definition. I do have this on with a little tiny slip, but I think the fabric is kind of, you don't particularly need to line it or anything, it's great. And the fabric is from Rainbow Fabrics, and it's a tula print and it's a cotton sateen, and it is beautiful. It was absolutely gorgeous to work with. It really is. I've been wearing this now all day and it hasn't creased or anything. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. It's just the most beautiful fabric, and it was just lovely, lovely, lovely to work with. So I have a lovely discount code for Rainbow Fabrics, so I'll pop it on the screen below. So if you type in Rachel !VIP, so that's Rachel spelled RACHAEL, you get 20% off Rainbow Fabrics fabric. So I'll link all their details below, but this fabric is just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I loved working with it, and I think it's perfect as a fleur. It's really swooshy, it's really summery. I was at the playground this morning and a lady came over and asked where my dress was from, so of course I had to say thanks, I made it. And she looked at me blankly and said, that was not the answer I was expecting. So she said it was absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, I was very, very happy with that. I was swanning around the playground. Completely impractical for going to a children's playground, but I really wanted to wear it today and I'm loving wearing it. So yes, this fabric is absolutely beautiful. So Rainbow Fabrics, as I said, I'll link everything down below. So this fabric is I think it's meant to be a backing fabric, so it's very, very wide. So I got this full length dress out of it. So I had quite a bit left over. So you might remember a few weeks ago, I had mentioned that I had bought the I Am Patterns Gaia. And it's a lovely strapless sleeveless top. And I thought this fabric would be perfect to try it out. And that's exactly what I did. So this is now my Gaia. So you can see it's got two little ties here that you make out of self fabric. You can do little bows, which I think I'm going to do the next time, but I'm just loving how this came out. So I think it's really, really pretty. I just love the placement of the little bird. It tells you to bind the armholes. It does have a facing, no. So I used binding made out of the same fabric, and hot off the success of my beach cover up / hospital gown, where it shows you how to bind a V-neck, I used that technique and it worked out pretty well with the binding all the way along here. So I think it's really, really pretty. So I made a size 40 grading to 42, and I ended up having to take 1.5 inches out of the length. That came up very, very long. So I just took a bit out of the end really. So the proportions are slightly out because I should have taken that out when I cut out the pattern, because then the waist and everything would have been more in line. But next time, and there definitely will be a next time, I think this is a great little pattern, lovely little summery pattern. And if you had little odds and sods of fabric, I think it'd be perfect to use up. So beautiful. I'd never used an I Am Patterns pattern before, but yeah, really enjoyed making it. So that was my little Gaia top. The next little tank top I got made up was my Half Moon Atelier super basic tank in this gorgeous bird fabric from Crafty Studio. So this is the one I showed last week. It kind of looks almost glittery with the lovely flowers, and then if you bring it up close you can see they're actually birds. So really cute and lovely coral binding. Again, I'll pop in a picture of me wearing it. I think it's a lovely, lovely standard just tank top. It's a great one. I think it could even be a free pattern. I'll link it below anyway. So it's Half Moon Atelier. And then because it's quite similar front and back, on the back I put on a little star, a little iron-on sequin star to show the back, which I think is really, really cute, instead of doing a little label. So again, another lovely quick and easy make. I made both these tank tops in an evening, so it was great, and hopefully the weather will cooperate so I can wear them more. So what else did I get up to? Let me just have a quick look. Yes, so I did buy a pattern this week. So completely influenced by Kath from Made by Kath Craft and Tamlin from Sewn on the Time. They showed the Izoso Rydal jumpsuit. Absolutely beautiful knit jumpsuit. So I am totally on team jumpsuit these days. Absolutely loving my jumpsuits. When I met up with Anna there during the week, I wore my Avenir jumpsuit and I got a lovely compliment from a lovely lady in the bookshop, which is really, really nice. So I just love that. So I can't wait to make more jumpsuits. And when I saw this one in a knit fabric, it's got a beautiful wrap. You can do binding in the neckline, I believe. You can do cuffs, and then it's a kind of a faux wrap into a lovely elastic waistband. So it looked really, really nice. So of course I promptly bought that this week. So that was pretty much all I got up to this week. So my plans for next week, so definitely finish off my quilt this week. I'd love to get that done this week. It'd be really nice, and then put it in our bedroom to match the curtains, match the walls. I think it would look really, really nice. I would also like to get my Bettine dress done. So I reprinted and restuck together the pattern again last night because I have no idea where my Bettine pattern is, because I made it in 2019. And I think I showed you this before as well. This is now washed, not ironed. This is the beautiful Nirda Hansen fabric from the Crafty Studio. And I think I have 2 meters of this, so I'm really keen to make a Bettine out of this. I think it's a lovely, lovely pattern. So that's my plan for this week. I also have some very lovely fabric on the way from Rainbow Fabrics. So I have a viscose fabric and I'm going to make another jumpsuit. So I've got that pattern stuck together, and that is the pattern that I bought with the PDF that I won from So Fruity. So I won a pattern from, you can see that fluff from the batting. I won a PDF from Size Me Sewing. So I bought the Soraya jumpsuit, which is the really, really cool jumpsuit that makes it very easy to go to the bathroom. So it's a real kind of flap under, flap over one, which I cannot wait to see what the construction is like. So I cut out the pattern last night, and the pattern looks very, very interesting. So I'm really excited to get that sewn up. So I'll be using that lovely fabric that hopefully should arrive on Monday. And that's about it. So aside from that, it's going to be a very quiet week here in the French Seams household. There is nothing exciting, no days out planned at all. It's just going to be working all week, but that's okay. Them's the breaks. But hopefully I'll get a bit of nice little sewing done. Better go downstairs. Right, so I better leave it there. Thank you very, very much for joining me. I hope you're all well. If you have any questions, as always, please leave me a comment in the comment box below. I would love to hear from you if you've made any of these, or if you have any suggestions, or if you have a preference on the binding on my quilt. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I would love it if you would consider subscribing. I hope you all have a lovely, lovely week. I hope you get some lovely, lovely sewing done, and I will talk to you all again very soon in another video. Take care, everyone. Bye.